Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, everyone. How's it going? It's Leah.
Hope everyone's had a great week. They're gonna have a great weekend. Little Rock, I think, is supposed to be raining all weekend, but make the most of it.
Darn, I didn't know that. Boom.
So we just wanted to hop on really quick, and we've gotten a few messages from people in the group. Just a couple of questions that they had. Hey, Michelle. Specific to their business. Hi, Kim. Thanks for watching. So we'll just jump right in it. Somebody asked us, would Twitter even help with their business? Yes. So one, Twitter has a global reach, which is great if you do have like an online business too. If it's like a small online business, you just want to reach more people. It's real-time news, so you'd get like updates that I would think would benefit like from your industry. Like you'd follow like companies, even competitors, and you'd get real-time updates on things you should know for your business. We use Twitter to drive traffic to Facebook. That's our biggest thing, I would say.
Yeah.
Probably why we use Twitter. Because, I still think like Twitter, they need to like up their character count a little bit. Hi, Lynn. And Twitter lists.
Yeah, Twitter lists are really great. I've been using Twitter lists, since 2013 or something, maybe a little bit before that. But Twitter lists allow you to organize and really understand. Organize is the best way to say it, so that the content that's coming in becomes strategic, so that you can make Twitter lists for like your competitors, you can make Twitter lists for like your top clients, for your ideal clients, the types of accounts that your ideal clients are following, the types of accounts that are your actual ideal clients. So Twitter lists really help you to strategize and use Twitter in a very effective kind of market research way. One thing I'll say about Twitter is it is a volume game. So it is about like constantly posting, and this is where using a content scheduler like DIY Social really helps, because for one, the content schedulers like DIY Social does this for you. It will tell you about how many times a day you need to be posting, and Twitter is like 9, 10, 20 times a day. Like that's kind of like what will and of course you don't have to start out like that, but that's kind of what will like get you in that Twitter game, because there's so much content on Twitter that the feed is constantly changing. So using a content scheduler is gonna make your Twitter game more effective. Y'all broke a leg. Thank you.
You too. Congrats on that new sale, by the way. Woo! Sold a house. One last thing about Twitter, the whole posting a lot is like, I know sometimes I worry like on Facebook, I'm like, are people tired of seeing what I'm posting? Who cares? I'm just gonna go to Twitter and post it, because I can post as much as I want on Twitter.
Yeah.
And people still see it.
Yeah, and you can even post, you can recycle post on Twitter, like even within the same day. You can post something in the morning and then post it again at night, and it's no problem at all on Twitter.
Yeah. So next one, if you have any other questions about Twitter, send us a message, ask it in the group. We'd love to hear other people's opinions. And I want to hear how Twitter lists are working for you. That concept is like still really cool to me. Like I don't even think I knew it existed until like half a year ago, because I was the one who wasn't on Twitter, because I was like, why use Twitter? Yeah. And then I started seeing all the benefits of it. Okay, next one. Somebody asked, I've only used the scheduler on Facebook. What's the point of buying one? Leah was already starting the awesome reasons of a scheduler.
Yeah, the scheduler, for one, it makes everything so much simpler. Yes, Facebook has created the ability to be able to schedule through Facebook, but for one, especially for batch scheduling and, you know, trying to knock out something and be more productive with your day, it doesn't lend itself to that. Scheduler program like ours, we glitched for a second, so hopefully you can still see us. Having a scheduler to schedule out all of your content, for one, they're set up so that it's user friendly. Two, you're scheduling things across all of your social media channels, so you can schedule something for Facebook that you can then also share to Twitter, to Instagram, to Pinterest, to what other social media accounts you have, and it will automatically find, and a good scheduler like DIY Social will like automatically find the right times to schedule on that particular platform, so you're able to just like send that information out.
Yeah, so like DIY Social is the one that we use. It's actually like our own. Super user friendly, and that's what I was gonna say. The Facebook scheduler, when I tried it, I just like it wasn't organized, and it gave me a headache looking at it.
Yeah.
But so that really quickly about DIY while we have you, this one you can like, if you're not good at design, like a lot of people are like, oh well, I'm not a creative person. I have like friends who say it to me all the time, and they ask me for free stuff. This one, like, we give you templates with it, and especially, you know, you want to save more time. We already have stuff that you can quickly go in and customize and like add your logo, and then bam, put it on the calendar.
5 minutes tops.
Yeah, 5 minutes tops, and you got like your whole like next week or 2 weeks.
Yeah,
how fast you can do it in 5 minutes. So next one. Okay, so this kind of ties in with it. Is it okay to post the same content to different social apps? So, like, is it same to post? Can I post this to Facebook and Twitter?
Yeah,
Instagram.
And like, I'll say, like, maybe years ago, maybe just like a year or two ago, it wasn't as acceptable, or people were not so sure they could do that. They felt kind of you know, a little bit of trepidation around posting the same content, and even some of the social media gurus and advice. The best advice was, oh, don't post the same content to every channel, because different people are following you, and they want to consume content differently. Well, that has changed. That has like completely changed in this new day that we're in. And it really is a good idea to post the same content to multiple channels. Yes, if you know, I mean, you know, you can tweak it here and there depending. There's just some like logistic things, like, you know, on Instagram, you're not going to post a link. You're going to say, you know, look at the link in my bio. Little things like that you can change. But it really helps with the touch points, because we're in this world now, and like things have gotten faster and faster and faster, and people are like just seeing so much information. They do need to see it quite a few times in order to really like for it to register. So it's a good thing to post that same picture, that same text, that same information to multiple channels, because more than likely people are following you on all those same channels, and they're seeing the information more than once, and it's starting to register.
Yeah, and again, it just goes into like another reason why it's important. Like, what's the point of buying a scheduler?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And one last thing about the posting the scheduler cool thing is that now you may not want to, like, for instance, on Facebook. Like, I am a serial Facebook marketer, so I have like 4 Facebook groups, 4 Facebook pages, my personal page, you know, my LinkedIn account, all this kind of stuff, you know. So you might not, if you have like a couple of different things, like if you have a Facebook page and a Facebook group, you may not want to post the same post at the same exact time to both of those. What a scheduler will do, a really good scheduler, it will actually determine the best time for your audience in that format. So in a group, it'll say, oh, the best time for your audience maybe is at 10:30 a.m. But then for your Facebook page, the best time for your audience is at 10 at night. You know, it just figures that out due to the analytics. And a content scheduler program will actually, like, you queue it up and it will post it at the right times in those different places. So yes, it's the same content, but it's being received by your customers at the right time for them, or your audience at the right time for them.
Super awesome. Last question we got was, should I advertise on Pinterest?
And it's a yes.
Yes. One, I think you should advertise wherever you can.
Yeah.
So one reason, so Pinterest, I know, like I know some people who are like, oh, Pinterest is just for like designing what you want your wedding to look like. No, it's not. I mean, you can do that, yeah. There's great ideas. But because there's great ideas, okay, I'm just gonna jump into the shopping part. It's like it was ranked the top shopping platform online right now. And it's because of like all the pins people are pinning to their pages, to their boards and everything. And so if you have an online business, you definitely need to advertise on Pinterest, because again, like Twitter, it reaches like this global reach and not just so confining like some of the other platforms that you use. I just went blank for a second.
Yeah. Well, I know we wanted to mention how many monthly users Pinterest has. It has 51 million monthly users in this year alone. So,
yeah, and the year's not even over.
Yeah, and one thing, I mean, we do want to definitely, because we don't want to like overwhelm you and say you got to be advertising everywhere. Yeah. You know, I mean, it definitely is going to be according to like if your target market is on Pinterest. But more than likely, they are on Pinterest. And even if you start doing minimal stuff like creating graphics that are Pinterest appropriate type of graphics, like that kind of stuff is going to help. And then you can do, if you're watching your analytics, you can look at your analytics and see like, okay, are people responding? Are my people actually there? But it's just a good idea to try that type of advertising because one, Pinterest ads are still fairly new. Mm-hmm. So they're a little bit cheaper than some of the other platforms, and tons of people, even we don't have the demographic numbers right now, but men are on Pinterest. Men are looking at Pinterest accounts and things like, or creating Pinterest accounts. So there's a huge demographics that are using Pinterest. So it behooves you to at least like check it out.
Yeah. That 51 million, it just said like for adults, like all over. Just like a funny tidbit about like the men are getting on it. My boyfriend, who does not do social media like ever, even when he was a teenager, he has a Pinterest. That's it. That's all he has, and he's an active user on it. Which, he'll that's where he goes mostly to like his big search engine, like where he goes to shop for new things or get new ideas. Mm. So definitely give Pinterest a try.
Yeah, and again, I know myself as a small business owner myself, the graphics part of it gets scary because like I'm not like graphically like gifted, you know? So using DIY social, like I use it for my personal business, and it helps so much because it has templates for Pinterest, it has templates for Instagram, it has templates for all of these different platforms, so that if you feel like graphically challenged, you know, like you don't have to be like, I don't know how to do it. Like you can go take some pictures of your product and then pop them into really cool templates and have if you can't hire a Michaela, you know, then you can at least get like DIY social and you know, create some pretty decent, you know, graphics for yourself.
But if you can,
please do.
If you have any more questions, message us on our business page, the group page, wherever. We can grab coffee, chat.
Yes. We like to brainstorm, so we'd love to help you brainstorm.
Yeah. And I like to pride myself on having some pretty good ideas.
Fancy ideas.
Yeah. But the people who did reach out to us, thank you for your questions.
Yes, thank you so much.
We would love it if people could post these in the group if you wanted.
Yeah. So
we get like other people's opinions, because we do want to hear like other local, like the community, how this stuff is working for you. And if like, you know, if you just stick to Facebook, please like try these other outlets and see how they work, see if you can tell a difference, because we definitely want to hear it.
Yep, definitely.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.